So, a post from the Facebook page, the Dad Network, resurfaced this week. The post was a man wearing a shirt that said, "Dads don't babysit. It's called parenting." We at DadRant want to break that stigma. We don't want to be babysitters. We want to be fathers. So, take a listen to this video that we put together and let us know what you think.
Okay. Rants against dad-based stereotypes. You might notice some of those videos we post saying dad stereotype. It's a joke. We're paying homage to that. Some guys freak out about those things. I'm gonna let you all in on a little secret. It's gonna hurt my man card a little bit. Might get me kicked out of the man club. One of the man clubs. Not one I really give a crap about being in. The majority of dads, can't say all of them, because we all know there are some ones out there, but the good dads who are around, I'm gonna give you a little hint. They're actually really good with kids. They can actually handle being alone with kids. Not only can they handle being alone with kids, they can feed the kids, they can change their diapers, they can give them baths, they can put them to bed. They can do all sorts of magical things. There's two things, at least two things in this. So at least two factors that have created this long-standing stereotype, specifically in American culture. And here are two of those factors. If you treat your guy like he's an idiot, if you're constantly telling him what he's doing is wrong, that he doesn't know what he's doing, eventually he's just going to believe you. Eventually he's going to be convinced, I'm a terrible father, I'm completely useless, I don't know what I'm doing, and I need women to save me. And that's just how he's gonna live his life the rest of his life. And now you're stuck with all of the duties because of the monster you created. The whole self-fulfilling prophecy thing. People start believing the lies that they're told, eventually they act that way. So you can take good guys and you can break them with the negativity and the insults that you pile on them in a burdensome manner. Now here's the second part of that. There are good guys, or okay guys, who are lazy. And they know that they are full well capable of taking care of their children, of being alone with them, of going to the zoo, going grocery shopping. Whatever it is they need to do. They latch onto that stereotype because it means they get to be lazy. It means they get to play poker all the time. It means they get to play video games all the time. It means they get to watch football all the time. Be on the WWE network 24 hours a day, $9.99 a month. Whatever it is that they're into, that they get to play music all the time, but they don't have to do the dad thing. By believing these stereotypes, or by perpetuating these stereotypes, you're creating this environment for guys to be quote-unquote bad fathers, lazy fathers, stereotypical Western culture, American, ignorant, useless fathers. And I'm not saying guys aren't to blame in this. However, I have seen so many good dads just completely demolished, have their knees cut out from under them because of the way people talk to them, about them, that they put on the diaper a little bit different than you do, that they get the kids ready for bed just a little bit different than you do, that they make the food just a little bit different than you do, they pack them up in the car just a little bit different than you do. And since you're not giving them that autonomy and that freedom to be dads, they just give up. And I'm not saying all of you, I'm saying this specific type of girlfriend, woman, spouse, partner, whatever you want to call it. And then what do you see? Just Facebook post after Facebook post, text after text, conversation after conversation. He doesn't do anything. I do all the laundry. I do all the cleaning. He does nothing. He's completely useless. I can't believe this. He doesn't do anything right. He doesn't do anything right. He doesn't do anything right. If my wife talked to me that way, I wouldn't do anything either. When it comes to essential things, when it comes to health concerns, when it comes to developmental issues, things like that, yes, you have to be pretty stinking lined up and in sync as far as your techniques. But when it comes to non-essential things, when it comes to what they eat for dinner, when it comes to the clothes that they wear, how they take their baths, as long as they're clean, as long as they're fed, as long as they're healthy, stop. Get over it. You are creating this world that you live in, this burdensome world where you are quote unquote responsible for everything. And it either comes from you've bought into the lies that men are useless, you've allowed men to convince you that they're useless when in fact they're not, or a deeper issue is that you're terribly insecure about your place in everybody's life and you feel that if you give an inch or anything, people will wake up one day and realize they don't need you and everyone will leave you. And that's a personal issue you have to deal with, because that's not true. Good guys, good husbands, good boyfriends, good fiancés, good partners, whatever you want to call them. They love you for who you are, and they need you in their lives. They wouldn't be with you if they didn't need you. They wouldn't be with you if they didn't want to be with you. They wouldn't be with you if they didn't want to do life with you. And your kids, as long as you treat your kids well, as long as you are a good parent, you are trying your hardest, kids will still think you're Wonder Woman. Kids will still think you're Superman. My kids still think I'm this invincible creature, and I know they're not teenagers yet, and everything changes when they're teenagers, and I get that. I understand that. You have to let go of the reins a little bit. You have to hold things a little bit more loosely, because this bitterness and this resentment that you're compounding and you're compiling that you think is going to come out someday, guess what? Your husband, partner, spouse, boyfriend, whatever, is compiling the exact same amount of resentment, and you're going to go, why? He doesn't have a reason to be. If you treat someone like a child and they're an adult, you don't let them be an adult, you don't let them grow and mess up and figure things out and get dirty and clean up and all these things, why would they want to be with you? This goes for men or women. That negativity, it's absurd. But this is a dad-centered page, so this is a dad-centered rant. It's in the name, DadRant. So guys, stop being lazy and buying into the stereotypes. If you truly believe you're worthless, get around some good dads who aren't. Get around some He-Man, G.I. Joe, MacGyver dads, and you'll find out that the only difference between them and you is that they just did it, that they believed that they could. There's so many instinctual aspects of being a parent, so many things that just come to you, you just know. It's just built into our DNA. And then the rest you learn as you go. And it's okay to mess up. It's okay to make mistakes as long as you're trying your best. Kids don't want perfection. They just need to know that you love them, that you care for them, that you're there for them, and that you're trying. The level of grace that is built into the mind of a child, into the heart of a child, is beyond incredible. Borderline outlandish. I know, because I had a really, really terrible childhood, and I had an incredible capacity for grace. And my kids so far have a pretty good childhood, and they have an amazing capacity for grace. But on the other side, women also stop buying into these stereotypes. If you want your guy to be better, make them be better. Allow them to be better. Stop putting them in a box. It's not gonna happen overnight. So I challenge anyone in these types of situations to get over it, to knock that crap off, for the betterment of yourselves, for the kids involved, okay? There's no excuses. None whatsoever. Now I'm on a mission, like Popeye with the spinach. I move my muscle hustle and won't stop until it's finished.